Why is something that would be banned almost anywhere still allowed in museums across the world? Every year, millions of people walk into galleries and look at something society usually tells them to avoid. But here's the strange part. No one reacts. No outrage, no chaos. In fact, it's respected. So what changed? Why is nude art treated differently from everything else? And the answer might completely change how you see it forever. Now, let us walk together, slowly, through the hushed halls of a quiet museum. The air is cool and still, carrying only the faintest echo of distant footsteps. Light, soft and diffused, falls gently upon pedestals of white stone, illuminating the smooth, carved surfaces of ancient figures. You see hands that have been rendered with impossible smoothness, their stony stillness conveying a sense of eternal calm. You see faces that gaze out into the middle distance, their expressions serene and untroubled by the passage of centuries. This is the stage upon which our varied reactions play out, a quiet theater of human perception and feeling. Our brain is a tireless, ever-vigilant sorting machine. From the moment we open our eyes, it is constantly working, processing an overwhelming flood of sensory information. It does this by rapidly categorizing what it sees, asking a series of fundamental questions in the blink of an eye. Is this object a threat? Is this situation familiar? Is this real? Do I need to take action right now? When we see an image of a human body, especially a nude one, this sorting process becomes particularly active. It draws upon a vast library of past experiences and learned rules. This internal library is built, piece by piece, throughout our lives. It is constructed from the lessons we learned at home, the things we were told in school, images from television, movies, the internet. Culture is the invisible architecture that shapes our lives. It is the vast and complex set of shared rules, values, beliefs that we begin learning from the moment we are born. This cultural programming is often so deeply ingrained that we are not even consciously aware of it. It silently guides our behavior, informs our judgments, and tells us what is considered normal, polite, appropriate within our society. A significant part of this learning involves the human body. Culture tells us what parts of ourselves to hide and what parts we are permitted to show in public. These cultural rules about nudity vary enormously across the globe and throughout history. In some cultures, past and present, seeing the unclothed body is a common, unremarkable part of daily life, associated with nature, bathing, ritual. Imagine seeing a classical marble statue standing alone in the middle of a busy shopping mall. Now imagine that exact same statue in the quiet, hallowed halls of a world-renowned museum. The object hasn't changed, but your experience almost certainly has. This is the power of framing. Schools, books, films, art galleries are constantly teaching us how to see by providing a frame. This frame gives us context, a powerful guide for our minds. It tells us how to look at and think about what is in front of us. In a gallery, framing is deliberate and multi-layered. They provide a title, an artist's name, a date, materials used, oil on canvas, Carrara marble. Our minds are like archives, storing not just facts and figures, but the emotional texture of our past experiences. Our first encounters with certain things, especially those that are powerful or socially charged, leave a particularly lasting impression. These formative moments stay with us, often subconsciously, and they help to shape the complex map that our brain uses to navigate future situations. If your first memory of seeing a nude image was in a positive and nurturing context, accompanied by a parent's kind and curious explanation, the brain's map for this experience is likely to be warm and open. On the other hand, if a person's first encounter was marked by shame, secrecy, or fear, we must also think about the human body itself and the language we use to describe it. The body is the most central and intimate aspect of our existence. It is the vehicle through which we experience the world. How we touch, taste, move, feel. In art, the body becomes a powerful vessel for storytelling. It can be used to express universal ideas of strength, vulnerability, grace, suffering, often communicating these complex themes without a single word. Some viewers are trained to see the body in art primarily as a study of form. For them, a sculpture is an exploration of line, volume, shadow, and anatomy. Consider the difference between two words: figure nude. In the end, it is important to remember not all reactions can be easily changed, nor should they. Some feelings of discomfort are deep-seated, tied to personal history, profound belief, trauma. That is perfectly okay. The goal of a museum or a thoughtful discussion about art is not to force everyone to adopt a single uniform view. Rather, the goal is to offer a gentle invitation, an opportunity to look in a new way should one choose to accept it. Ultimately, we can learn to look. Maybe the question isn't the art, but how we've been trained to see it. Would you feel comfortable here? It was never about nudity, it was about meaning.